Hello students, myself Professor P.B. Sargade, and we are studying the topic human health and diseases, and today we are going to study four major important diseases from our topic. Those diseases are pneumonia, common cold, ringworm and dengue. Now firstly, we will discuss about the disease pneumonia. Pneumonia is an inflammatory condition of lungs or alveoli of lungs. It is caused by a variety of pathogens which may be viruses like influenza virus, adenovirus, parainfluenza and respiratory syncytial virus. It is also called as RSV or bacteria like Streptococcus pneumoniae or fungal pathogens, example Pneumocystis jirovecii and Pneumocystis carinii. Pneumonia can also be caused by chemical burns or physical injury to lungs. Now, what are the signs and symptoms of pneumonia? The first symptom is cough produces yellow or greenish sputum or phlegm. Second symptom, high fever. Third, shortness of breath, that is difficulty and shortening of the breathing. It is also termed as dyspnea. Then chest pain during deep breath or coughing and loss of appetite, feeling of fatigue, headaches, vomiting, joint pains and muscle aches. These are the signs and symptoms in pneumonia. Next point is mode of transmission of pneumonia. Now, here in this slide, you are able to see the pneumonia infectious agents. Now, we will discuss about the mode of transmission. Pneumonia mostly spreads by direct person to person contact. It means it is spread from person to person. It can also spread via droplets released by infected person or even by using shared clothes and utensils. It means if the infected person is sharing its clothes and utensils, the disease may spread or disease may infect a healthy person. Next point in this is diagnosis and treatment. Now, what are the diagnostic activities done, and what is the mode of treatment? Course of treatment depends upon pathogen leading to the disease. For bacterial pneumonia, antibiotics like benzyl penicillin, ampicillin, and chloramphenicol are effective. Now, in the diagram, you are able to see the infectious agents. What are those infective agents? Adenovirus, Legionella pneumophila, then Streptococcus pneumoniae. Look at the diagram, then you will be able to see Aspergillus. It is a mold. So, these are the infectious agents. Now, next is prevention and control of pneumonia. Vaccination is very important prevention in both children and adult. It means if the vaccination is done properly during the childhood and at the same time in the adults, it may be prevented. Then vaccines against Haemophilus influenzae and Streptococcus pneumoniae in first year of life helps greatly to reduce the chances of causing pneumonia. It means pneumonia mostly attacks lungs and the respiratory system, and by these methods of prevention and control we can overcome the pneumonia. Now, next disease in this is common cold. Nowadays, you are and we all the population in India and world are fighting against COVID-19, coronavirus. It is also spread by the COVID-19 virus. So, in common cold, now common cold is different, but we will discuss it here. It is a viral infectious disease of upper respiratory region. It is also known as nasopharyngitis, acute viral rhinopharyngitis, acute coryza, or a cold. It is caused by a group of viruses known as rhinoviruses and coronaviruses. Now here the virus coronavirus, which nowadays it is very famous, coronaviruses, rhinoviruses and coronaviruses. Then next, signs and symptoms of common cold: cough, sore throat, running nose and fever. Then nasal congestion, sneezing, conjunctivitis, it means reddening of the eyes. Then muscle rashes, fatigue, headache, shivering and loss of appetite. These are the signs and symptoms of common cold. Then next is the prevention and control of common cold. First is staying away from person suffering from common cold. It means you have to keep physical distance from the person who is infected by this disease. Next, washing hands with soap and water. Then, use of handkerchief to cover the nose and mouth during coughing and sneezing. And it is better to wear a mask in this condition. Then, use of alcohol based hand sanitizer can also be effective in this disease. So, this was about the common cold, and the next disease is ringworm. It is also called as dermatophytosis. It is a fungal infection of skin. It is caused by many fungal species belonging to the genera Trichophyton and Microsporum. These fungi feed on keratin in skin, hairs, and nails. Then, what are the signs and symptoms of ringworm? The infected skin shows enlarged red ring caused due to ringworm. So, the name is given ringworm. Then, appearance of dry, scaly lesions on various parts of the body. These red patches cause intense itching. Next, infection to nails is termed as onychomycosis, in which nails become thick, discolored, and disfigured. Then, last one, athlete's foot is the fungal infection that usually begins between the toes. Now, these are the signs and symptoms of the ringworm. And one point I have to mention here that the ringworm generally and mostly it is seen to be affecting to the limbs. It means to the hands, armpits, legs. Then next, mode of transmission. Ringworm spreads by sharing of clothes, comb of infected person, etc. Close contact with infected person is another mode of infection. Next is the diagnosis and treatment of ringworm. Diagnosis is by physical examination, and treatment uses drugs like nystatin, fluconazole, itraconazole, etc. These are the antifungal drugs or antifungal medicines which are used for the treatment. Now you are able to see the preventive measures. Next is prevention and control of ringworm. Avoid close contact, sharing of clothes, sports equipments, and washing clothes in hot water with fungicidal soap help to destroy fungal pathogens. So, these are the preventive measures and control measures for the ringworm. The next disease in this our today's lecture we are going to see is dengue. Dengue fever is a painful, debilitating vector-borne disease. Now we have studied two vector-borne disease. First is malaria and the second is filariasis or elephantiasis we have seen. Now the dengue is also a vector-borne disease. Dengue fever caused by any one of four closely related dengue viruses. Dengue virus is transmitted through the bite of female Aedes mosquito. The female Aedes mosquito, when it bites, if she is infected, then the infection causes to the healthy person. The mosquito takes up the dengue virus when it sucks blood of a person suffering from dengue. It cannot spread directly from one person to another person. So, it is the most important factor here is the mosquito is the vector and it causes the dengue. So, thank you very much.